Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode in Schedule 1. Things have changed. The business is booming. The barn looks trashed. We have done a little bit of work in the past here between last video and this video to kind of help out how the grow operation works. We've accumulated some cash, and what I did was I ended up splitting up and using the brick presses for packaging. This way there is no overlap between when they're pulling products, so it's a separate route. They'll grab their leaf when the botanist puts it on the shelf, and then that will go straight into the brick press and into its respective safety storage. And so you can see that we are doing quite well on inventory across the board here, though I have been noticing bricks aren't selling as well. We haven't sold bricks yet, but the larger volume is too much. And I'll show exactly what I mean here. So if you look downtown, you can see most of these people are starting to rack up quite an addiction here. And that is because addictions work and you can sell a lot of product. People are more inclined to buy everything you offer them when they are addicted. So that's what I've been doing, is introducing a little bit of addiction into the system. You can see right here downtown, and we did get our dealer in the docks as well. We also have a supplier in the docks that we have yet to check out. But some big things here, so I want to show you. One, that was that. The weed is being packaged up in bricks. I bought a skateboard, and I wish I would have done it sooner. Look at how fast you just roam with this thing, man. It is nuts. Get from point A to point B laser fast. We are laundering money, and I got to keep doing that here because we make so much cash that I'm laundering it as fast as I can. We have 4 dealers, and I'll do my routes and show you guys how I'm progressing right now. The big trick, ooh, that one's doing good too. They're almost done, so we'll let them do their things. But the big game changer to our strategy is growing meth, and I'll explain. It's not just any particular type, and I do want to switch up my setup here because I think weed is getting to be a little less of a product in terms of importance. So I've got 5 guys here. We've got 2 packagers, a garbage guy, and 2 chemists. The 1 packager ran in there, and the way that I have this set up here is I have 2 tables, each making high quality ingredients, going into the oven, cracking, and then they're breaking. Once they are broken, they go over to the mixer where I have them being mixed with Viagra. So the meth gets mixed with Viagra and it turns into this island haze, which gets packaged up. And island haze, if you're looking at products, I made a whole bunch of different types. It is the only one that has 100% addictiveness at $100 plus. And it's 1 ingredient. It's standard with Viagra. That's it. That's all there is to it. So this manufacturing process is going quite well. I'm actually making a ton of money out of it. Now the issue is I'm not making enough product. When I go around and I sell this, my dealers end up flipping all the ingredients that they have on them, and meth is one of those things that you sell out of really quickly. Jars seem to be the best way to go for clients right now, unless there's somebody who decides to buy in bulk in the future. You can't sell bricks. So if I go up to her 50%, 70%, she's gonna take it. Boom, right there, 400 bucks, just like that. And now that was Donna, by the way. She had 0 addictive, and now if we look at her after having just that one, it went up to 20%. Addiction is something you want to play into. It's a portion of this game that I sorely mistaken for importance. We're gonna swing by Benji. What's up? You can see our van here. We ended up selling everything. I just got a couple of magazines in there, and I did pick up a pistol to be safe because we've racked up so much cash now that I'm starting to get a little worried that we might get attacked. Okay, now this is one of those guys that I'm really trying to secure deals with, so I'm going to sell it to him at a loss in hopes that he is satisfied and becomes a loyal customer. Same thing with Elizabeth. George, I'll sell it to him straight on. Yeah, we'll go through. I'll show you everything. Show you all of it. We only have one van, and I think one van is going to be enough for us. Uh-oh, there's the cop. We don't want anything to do with them. Here we go. Here's Jane. She's our other dealer. We've got her loaded with stuff. I want her to sell everything, and I want all the dealers to sell all of their inventory so I can do one mass restocking. And I'm going to do a mass restocking on some of the bricks, but I also want to do a lot of the meth. And what I found out is that the barn is not necessarily the best avenue for growing weed. You can do it better in the house or the bungalow, and I kind of wanna play at that a little bit. There's a different setup I want to do, and so that's what we're gonna do today. You guys will see. But I wanted to give you like the lowdown on what's all going on right now, what has been, what is, what will be. We are going to switch the grow operation from the barn to the bungalow, and then we are going to make the crystal meth section in the barn, and then hopefully we will just supply people with that. So we need one chemist, I believe, is the route, but we will have two because we're going to have multiple mixers. And it's going to be tough because I got to disassemble the whole setup here, which I'm not real keen on doing, but we're going to do it anyways. I love the way this is set up, and it's going to be so expensive to piecemeal it out. So bear with me while I make this happen here. I'm going to need to actually bring the van around. I'll put the product in here, and we're going to deconstruct everything. Let's stop all of our workers from working. Open the briefcase. There we go. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that means they're going to leave the house, right? He's done. They're done. Everybody's done. Okay, operation is at standstill. This is good for us. Okay, so let's go get our truck and start moving stuff over. Gonna be tough because we have a lot of initial things already in the barn, so it's not gonna be like a clean swap, but there are some things that get to stay. Mixer being one of them that needs to go. Best car you can purchase is this van, by the way. I haven't looked at any other cars. I know they're probably... Ooh, careful, Benji. Holy crap. I almost smoked Benji. I haven't looked at the other cars yet, but I will say that I really like this one because it's got the storage in the back. It makes moving your operation that much better. Oh yeah, and then last update between now and when you guys saw the video, I made this my creations lab. That's all it is. So I have every mix-in that you can do and a mixer. And then I have a packager with jars and baggies. And this is just an R&D lab for me to try out different combinations. I bring product in and see how they work. That's all there is to it. It's a nice space for it. I don't know if we could do any business operations inside of it, but for now, and my needs, that works out perfect for me. Okay, let's back this thing in here. Pretty sure I have it emptied out except for, yeah, just the magazines, which I can definitely fire some rounds off and get rid of it. Let's take our mixing station. Viagra is all there. We're going to need 5 beds because that's what this place can hold. But we're going to change up the way that this is being packaged and handled and grown. The whole 9 yards. I'm going to take the chemistry station. Oh, man. We've got so many things we got to move. This is going to be a really tricky move. Actually, beds can stay. I'm just going to rearrange them. But But this needed to happen. I didn't realize that weed is not going to be like the primary ingredient in our business. So I'm learning. Let's just rearrange all this nice and neatly so that way I know where it's at. And then we don't need this magazine. Hopefully nobody calls the police. Okay, good. Just had to get that out there. Yeah. Take this, and we're gonna grab... Oh, shoot. And there's an output. Okay, we're gonna need to move everything. I'm just gonna place the beds here so that I don't have them in my inventory. There we go. Okay. And maybe we could put the shelving. Shoot. Okay. That's good. That's on hand. That's for us. We don't need the brick press anymore. That's about all we can really carry. Okay, we're good. Let's drive all this over. And this might be an expensive swap to do. That's why I'm hoping that I can keep some of my employees already pre-established in some of these places. But I can already tell you we don't need botanists. So that's going to be a huge letdown, and we're going to have to rehire all of them. I wonder if you can move their locations, but I'm starting to think that's not the case. Oh, we did take the wrong road. I think I can take the sidewalk. Nobody saw anything. Here we go. I'm just going to park this in lot 2. There we go. Okay, we got some serious work to do. We got to flip this entire area. We need to put packagers. It's gonna be a whole new setup. But I want you guys here for it. So I'm just gonna start dropping things because we're gonna need to change all this out. The dealers are gonna be fine. They're gonna be doing their thing. Take the money out of the briefcase. Shoot. Probably just gonna need to redo everybody's bed situation. It's a full overhaul. It's gonna be a lot. Here's my bed. Wonder if I can one. Ah, see, that's the tricky part. I kind of had this set up as efficiently as possible when it comes to the beds. But then this way, like, you can still get around to it. I like that setup. Alrighty. Alrighty. Here we go. I'm going to put product on this shelf. This is going to be crazy. So we have the chemistry table. So I'm going to just load the chemistry table up with stuff on it. And then hopefully that way we can store more ingredients for the move in a smaller space. We have a couple of bonus shelves here, which is nice, so we can definitely make it count. Okay, you there, and I'm just going to put stacks. Inside. 2 mixers. Crazy. Shifting your entire everything you know is a lot of work. It definitely is a lot of work. But it's nothing we can't accomplish. So, the brick presses, right? I like what they do. I like what they offer. However, I don't know if bricks are going to be my end-all, be-all future. I'd like to think that they will be. I just have yet to see how they sell bricks on the market. Let's get all this storage out of here. Alright. And then we're gonna do the flower pots. Now here's my rub, right? Is that this sprinkler setup and the soil setup doesn't actually work for the bots. Like, they don't use them. Which is kind of tough because I used them. I thought they were pretty great. But that being said, there is a pawn shop that we can sell them and at least coop some of the costs that we lost trying to make that work for us. And I've apparently been doing it wrong this whole time. You don't want to make multiple types. You just want to use the green crack, because that one sells for the most amount of money. Use trimmers to harvest. Okay. There we go. I'm just trying to get everything out of here that I have. And unfortunately, I don't have any trimmers on me, because I don't do that anymore. Drying racks. We're probably not going to use drying racks anymore. They take up too much space, but we could store them somewhere. Like, I definitely don't want this to be like the end of all that we know for this space. It's going to be transitioning, right? Let's take these, pack everything that we can into it. I really do want to harvest all of this before we call it done. Cool. The good news is we're moving just equipment, not product. Means hopefully we should fly under the radar. Oh, there's a plant in there. That's a shame. Okay. Use trimmers to harvest on all of the rest of them. We'll go head back and grab our trimmers and try to grab some of this product. The green crack is going to be the only product we keep. Get that. No, I don't think I can. Shoot. That's okay. Let's take down these racks with the grow lights. We don't need them anymore. And there's one particular type of product that grows better than others. As I was mentioning, so apparently the best that you can do is addictiveness and high price. And the way to do it is to have 3 automated mixers. And you're going to grow green crack, and you're going to first mix it with a magic bean, then horse semen, then Viagra. That combination is the biggest bang for your buck. And we're going to need 16 stands and grow lights. Don't think we need any cleaners. We just need 1 chemist. I'm going to play around with it. And this might be a prime opportunity to get ourselves a second van. What do are we thinking? Should I just go to bed for right now? And yeah, let's do that. Gonna be a lot of work getting this all changed out here, but I did want a second van eventually, because I want to be able to have a van that's just garbage waste disposal. I'm gonna try to do my best with managing the garbage and the trimmings and clippings and all that crap. But like as you can see, anything outside of the radius of the garbage can just gets absolutely utterly destroyed, and that's no bueno. Alright, let's go purchase a second van. I love how you can just hop on and get off the skateboard anytime you want. We got 32 grand in money, so before I buy that van, let's go and launder just a little bit more. Try to launder as much as we can, because you're gonna get so much cash in this game, you don't know what to do with it. Okay, what's up? I'd like to purchase a vehicle. I want to purchase the Viper. Yes, I do. Thank you for your new ride. Awesome. Fantastic, fantastic. And then once we get this set up, you know, I'm going to do as much as I can, both on and off screen. Just depends on what you guys want to see. I mean, sometimes, you know, the gameplay is different every episode. This one is going to be about relocation, you know. If you enjoy watching, great. If you don't, find something new. I'm going to put the grow lights in there, and I am going to try to move the mixers and any additional setup that I have over here. We'll bring the vans over in a second here. I just gotta pile in all the crap that we do have. And we have enough money where we could fire everybody. It would suck because when you hire them, you gotta pay like a premium at the start. And that's kind of tough, but we can eat that cost. It'll set us back just a little bit, but the amount of product that we're gonna be pumping out pretty soon here, and the amount that we've already created is enough to like offset this entire overhaul. Cool too, the skateboards don't ride well on gravel, but they do really well on the street. And I just wish I would have used it, because the fact that I can sprint and move around this fast is awesome. Alright, so we got our trimmers. I'm just gonna grab all of it. We'll take that. These can stay, because that is definitely going to be a part of the operation. And then these beds are good. The last thing we need to grab is the hills, and then that house is pretty much cleaned out and ready for us to start working in. And if the dealers get short supplied while we're doing this, like again, they're selling stuff, they're making money for us while we do this. But if they get short supplied, we have plenty for one more full restock. And then I do want to check the ATM and make sure that we're depositing the maximum weekly allowance into the account. Swing by the laundry store on our way back. Clean some money. Good. Those are both running like champions. Isn't the skateboard so satisfying? Oh no, I missed that turn. Sorry guys. I'll do better. This feels like not only Skate 3, but Sonic Riders. It's got that kind of feel to it. Actually, I didn't even think about it, but we need Viagra in both places, so maybe I just leave that set up the way that I had it. These are things to be sold. Let's put all of this in there. And I'm gonna sell this. Inventory management can get chaotic. Okay. Okay. These are all the things we need to sell, so I want to go hit the pawn shop while the guy's there. See what we can get for that. Drying racks are tough, but the quality of the product, the amount of time that you spend trying to make quality product, it's almost too much. You have to wait far too long. Maybe in a different setup will do. If this one isn't as efficient as we're hoping for. Alright, so see how the guy's not here? So all you gotta do is run in. Chances are he's probably floating around somewhere. But I'm gonna save the game right now. Just like that. And then you hit quit. Let this load, go back to the main menu, and then log back in, and he'll be there at the pawn shop. Here we are. There he is. Fantastic. Mick, I'd like to sell you something. Alright, we can go up to 11 grand. He's saying that. Let's try 10 grand. I think 10 grand's a fair counter offer. We're 1,000 under what it's worth. Alright, yeah, I can do that, I suppose. Awesome. 10 grand. Just like that. We'll do this. Let me think. That's a decent price. We'll take that as well. That's huge. So we were able to coop the costs on those quite a bit. Now we're going to head back here to our operation, take a look at any other things that we could sell that we might need to sell, but I don't think there is any more. There's this granddaddy perp that we could get rid of in the bricks. We've got some racks. We need... Okay, so the thing is we need 16. That's the most that we can potentially hope to gain out of this. Let me grab the trimmers. We'll cut down everything that remains here. Good. Awesome. Alright, so that's a lot of stuff. And I'm just going to keep all the product somewhere around here for now. Because we're going to baggy this all up and sell it. Cool. Very cool. Let's put the pots in there. So we got 20 of them. Again, we need 16 of each. So let me take this. Ooh. Yeah, there's so much extra product here. Good, we can give it to the dealers. It'll be totally fine. Okay. Those are all broken down. Anything that we want to keep is going in here. So let's grab the grow lights and the racks. Like I said, 16 of them. The rest is garbage. We need 16 of these. 16 flower pots. Cool. The rest is garbage. And then I think we only want large sized storage racks. Could do the bricks. Kind of feeling it, actually. So let's put the 4 in there. The rest of this stuff I can kind of sell. So we don't need the trimmers. We don't need the machete. We're going to keep this garbage cleaner. Keep those. I'll put the Viagra to go back in here because we're going to send it out. And then that looks pretty good to me. Everything's going to be large storage racks going forward. Yeah. Put this in here. When our dealers start getting low, I'm going to have them package all this crap up. Ooh. Quite a few large storage racks. Those in there. Just for now. Bum. Load that up. Get rid of this. And let's see if we can't sell the rest of this inventory here. We'll need that. We'll keep that. Just organizing this for my methods. We don't need a machete. I don't need trimmers, and I don't need a watering can. All these things can be sold. What time is it? 6 p.m. We're gonna have to go to bed. Yeah. Yep. Okay. The rest of this is... We're going to play Mr. Packager here. Pretty hardcore. And let's head into town. See if we can't get some money for our goods. And you know what? Let's drive this van over. It's going to be sad because we got to remove our botanists, say goodbye to them. And I think we only need one chemist at the other facility, so we'll say goodbye to one of our chemists over here. Hopefully they can keep doing business deals without me. Boom. What's going on, crew? Got the new setup here pretty soon. Just gonna sell some stuff at the pawn shop real quick. There he is. Howdy, I'd like to sell you that. What's he thinking? Well, it was 1,500, so let's counter it at 1,440. Let's try it again. Okay. We'll take what we can get. $9 for the watering can. Not bad, not bad. Alright. What's up, guys? So, I'm pretty sure we aren't gonna need this guy. So Justin's gone, and then we only need one chemist. Cool. Then we gotta get 2 more botanists over here, which we'll do. Oh, the garbage can contains trash. That's a bummer. We gotta purchase 2 bags. Good thing there's a gas station right here. Cash for trash, baby. Cash for trash. And I want to make this a really sweet setup. I want to, if we do anything, I'm going to do this house first. I'm going to get it all together, and then we'll move on to the barn in a later episode. Yes, can't you see I'm a good Samaritan? Ooh, I can burn this bag, can't I? No, I can't. Whopping $4. Very nice. Get the trash cans out of here. Okay. Hello, sir. Yes, I'd like to sell you some garbage cans and a garbage bag. What are you thinking? 45 bucks? Dang. Okay. I like the pawn shop. Turns our unwanted crap into gold. Now I'm going to show you guys the grow room setup. We're going to need all of these and these. We'll come back for the beds here in a second. And I'm going to put my skateboard up. I know. I know. We need 2 of those. And then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same thing over here. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. Cool. Now, yes, the Viagra does not stay there. That is subject to change. I'm just going to move it now, actually. Clear out some inventory. The reason I'm doing this is because the people, they don't need the watering cans and attachments necessary to grow. So it's a waste of space. And you can compact it down substantially if you do it this route. I am also thinking of opting for some additional lighting. I saw that you could purchase. This room is probably going to be bright and colorful, and the whole 9 yards will be okay there, but some of the other rooms struggle with lighting quite a bit. How do I want to do this here? Let me take a minute to think about it. Okay. We're going to need these large storage racks here. Just like so. And on this side, that's gonna be magic beans, actually. Gotta get the mixers. Oh, I need automated mixers. Take the skateboard back. So the AI can actually walk in certain areas that you can't. So when we do the bed setup, it's just one in. Right there, like that. They can get around here, no problem, and around the back. This is awesome. So we're gonna let that be just like that. And then I need another large shelf. And then we gotta go get all of our mix-ins. And I need 3 mixers. Time is it? 2 o'clock? Well, shoot. We don't want to carry all this on us. But we want this packaging station right there, just like that. That looks good. Put our 4 large. I know where we can go. Dan's Hardware sells automatic mixing stations, I believe. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Could be so wrong, but if not, we'll go to the right place. The warehouse. Gotta keep laundering. Could be getting close to being able to deposit into our bank account. Let's take a look. We can deposit the max. Awesome. Oh, we have a customer in the store? Excuse me, ma'am, don't you know what this place is for? Take a look at Dan's. Dan, hello? You do not. He's only got the better mixing station. That's okay. Alright, that's fine. Riding around town. It's almost 6 o'clock. We're close. Safest area we can be, right here. And I think we need probably another 2 large storage racks, maybe even 3, so we'll pick those up too, just to be safe. And we'll get the 2 botanists hired. One big trip. Man, Westville is really going well for us. Downtown's doing alright, but the addiction levels are lowering. And that happens when you give them less addicting product. But hopefully they'll keep interjecting here. Philip, I gotta figure out how to make Philip happy. Same thing with Jennifer. We're just gonna have to catch him. And then this dealer right here, Salvador Moreno, is going to be the guy who sells the cocoa leaves, cocoa seeds. And we'll talk to him when we get the warehouse. Once we get everything set up the way that I want it to in the bungalow and in the barn, we'll push forward to the next property. So we're going to need 3 mixing stations. And I think that's going to be it for us for this area. I'm also going to get the 2 botanists set up at the bungalow. Need to hire a new employee. Yes, I need a botanist. Provide a bed at the bungalow. Deal. And then I need to hire another employee and a botanist at the bungalow. Deal. Thank you. Alright, so that's everybody we need at that property to start working for us. Oh, and a couple large storage racks. I think I'll probably buy... I'll buy 3. Oh no. He doesn't sell them. The hardware store does, though. We can pick those up really quick. Okay. What's going on, Dan? I need 3 large storage racks. Not sure if we need all 3, but if we're over, we can always sell. Thank goodness we have the pawn shop. Okie dokie. So this large storage rack's gonna go right there. Mixer, mixer, and a mixer, and then all the Viagra going on this shelf. Fantastic. Another large shelf right there for Viagra. And I think that's going to do it on large shelves. So now all we need is medium shelves. We'll figure that out. Play it by ear. Yeah, okay, so we need one more stack of Viagra, and then we need 8 stacks of magic beans. We can get at the gas station. So one more stack of Viagra and 8 stacks, so 160 of magic beans. Cool. Come back, say hello to you in a minute. Cops are out for curfew, so we'll just be quick when we go to do those shop runs. There we go, stacked up there. Oh shoot, I had an extra stack. Actually, I can throw it right there. Perfect. Alright, so we need 4 more stacks of magic beans. Another stack. 20, and then same thing for the horse semen. We need 180 of them. And cops are patrolling our area hardcore. You see that car run around? No bueno. A bean in there, 3 beans right there. Stack a horse. Stack right there. Good stuff. The garbage, because of the bottles, will probably be something that we need to deal with. Oh, come on. You're gonna actually try to get me right there? No way. Benji, what's up? Wow, Benji's making some serious cash moolah. 5 grand. Keeps the endeavors floating. Alright. And we can buy some lighting, which I'm very tempted to do because you can see the lighting in this sucks. It absolutely sucks. Oh boy. Take the long way around then. Sorry. Uh-oh. 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 Not good. To do this under the cover of broad daylight, I think. We made it. Leveled up to shot collar 2. Not bad, not bad. Post office. We sent some money in. We got 80 grand though, which is pretty solid. I don't think I'm keen on putting any more into it just yet. Let's keep the vision going. Let's keep the dream alive. Okay. Alright. So now what we need to do is set up the growing operation, and I want a stack of seeds, and I want some packaging goods. I think I might move over here, play around with it here. Just give me a second. Okay. More large storage racks is the necessity. Need one there. I'm gonna move the packaging station to right here. And we need a large storage rack right here. grab all the jars we can get. Cool. I'm gonna take all of this off of there. That's a large, and so is that. Alright, we got plenty of storage racks. This is going in the van for the time being. And then as far as the soil goes... Do we want to do glass jars, or do we want to do a brick press? It all depends on if a person can piece out a brick. Or if they're going to sell the whole brick. Color me confused. I'd love to do the brick setup. I really would. Can they make it happen? Let's find out. I'm going to take this packaging station out of here, and we're just going to do bricks. I think we only need the one. And keep glass jars there in case it doesn't work out for us. How about that? Okay. All those pots are gonna be green crack, and their destination is to go into this mixer. Yeah. Then these pots, I guess we do all of them. Cool. That's all set up there. I like that. Then this mixing pot is going to go into this mixing pot. Threshold 10. Gold. You are going to go into this one. Gold 10. All of those. You are going to go right into here. Cool. Very cool. We might use these in the back here if I have issues with transferring the product. But now I need to go purchase some soil and a lot of seeds. So we don't need these glass jars. I'm going to keep the packaging station here and here. We're going to keep the beds there. That's good for right now. I'm going to sell the soil and the jars, and then we're going to pick up a whole bunch of seeds. I'm not playing around when I say a whole bunch of seeds. Thing is, with the seeds, you got to be really careful, because sometimes, like when you're buying seeds in bulk, they can get a little messed up, and you can purchase a whole bunch, and if you don't fulfill the order fast enough and like get all the seeds out of the purchase, they'll just disappear with your seeds, which it sucks so bad. But for an order like this, when we're getting so many of them, I'm not too concerned about just delivering them. I think that's going to be the way to go. So let's do it this way. Let's go deliveries. I'm going to say, Albert, I need you to deliver green crack. We need, what is it, 180 of them. Do the bungalow. $8,000 almost, man. That's freaking vehicle. Okay, all right. we do 160? Okay, we can do 160. That's not bad. And we'll keep re-racking right here. Now we need soil. I'm gonna get from a hardware store. And we need 3 stacks of 2, so 60, 120. We need 120 of them as well. Man, this is gonna be expensive. They come in packs of 20, right? And we need 6. 6 stacks of 20 is 120. $7,000 again. A lot of money up front, but boy, is it gonna be worth it. Okay, so 2 stacks there because it's times 3. Oh shit, you can't stack them in piles of... Uh-oh. I thought you could do piles of 20. I may have sorely messed up. That's okay though. Let's think about this. So if we need... Yeah, we bought way too many. We definitely bought way too many. Perhaps we could sell them. Let's see what I can get for them. They're, what is that? Each stack 600, 1200, 3600 bucks. Can we get 3600 bucks for it? That'd be huge. Oh, hell no. 1,000? Try again, buddy. Yeah, that ain't happening. Crap. Oh, that's tough. We definitely bought too much. You know what, though? That's fine. We bought less seeds than we need, so we can just stack everything we have up against the side. And keep replenishing seeds as need be. Okay. Magic beans. Everything's looking good here. Once we have seeds, we can get the botanists doing their thing. I'm going to wait a second here for this delivery to show up. Where are we at? Alright. We're going to be... that takes a while. Maybe we could start doing some route planning here. So the botanists are going to be... We'll talk to Andrew. Andrew, you are going to be dealing with these drying racks and pots over here. Cool. Enter. Oh, there should be 8. Ah, missed that one. And then, actually, let me redo that. Because I think they do it in order that it's on their sheet. So I want him to start here. Work his way around. Cool. And then his supplies he's going to grab from the back. Yep, that's right. And then your bed is going to be over here. And then the other botanist is going to be... Very similar setup here. Nice. And then you're gonna get your supplies from the back wall, and your bed is right here. So he's queued up. All these pots have an output, which is gonna throw them in the mixer. Suppose this guy, we just need him to run the mixers. There, there, and there, in that order. We're gonna set up some more beds. Cool. Because you're the odd chemist out, I'm gonna give you the bed on the corner. Okay. And then for this guy, we're gonna do our first Mark Miller. I am going to assign you to this packaging station right here. And your route is to stock the magic beans into the mixer. This into this mixer. And this into this mixer. Awesome. I think that's it for him. You'll get a bed right here. And then for the other gentleman, where are you at? Right here. Jacob. Jacob, your bed is going to be assigned right here, and you don't have any stations, but your route is going to be bringing ingredients from this rack to this rack, and from this rack to the back. This front rack to the back rack. I think that's it. I think that is it. Alright, so now we got our seeds. Holy cow. Again, I think we definitely purchased too many. We definitely purchased too many soil. That's the problem. And the reason for that is because it's 3-to-1, right? So you can plant 3 of these, so you need triple. Which would be this here. So you got essentially 60, so 20 times 3 is 60, so you get your 60 seeds for that. Same thing here. And soon to be the same thing in the back. I'm going to keep the soil on us, and we're just going to put it in our truck, actually. It never hurts. Never hurts. Okay. Cool. So now what do I need? We got that one fully stocked. We got this one fully stocked. And we got that one almost fully stocked. I need to grab 19 more seeds, so I'm going to ask Albert, hey, meet up with me in person. Okay, he's going to be under the West Bridge in for a few hours. Where's that at? Pretty sure that's right there. Yep. Okay, cool. Let's not get caught. Oh, we're totally going to get caught. Oh my goodness. Albert, hello, sir. I need 19 seeds. Thank you. Let's see if we can't mitigate ourselves around these cops. That's just gonna suck, isn't it? Going, keep going. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. Nice. Okay. So that looks good. Give these guys some wages here. And let's see if we can't make ourselves some final product. I'm curious. So I've got these in the back here. We're just going to see if they work out. He's going to keep grabbing product from this rack and restocking the second rack, and then using anything from the second rack to restock the third rack. And they pull only exclusively from the third rack. Which is nice. So that way we can keep kind of like a growing inventory. And once we have product from those, they're going straight into this mixer. That mixer is going to carry it over. I'd like to get some lighting in here. Let's go see if anybody sells any lighting. That should be a done setup right there. You know what we can do is this extra soil, because we're not using jars. Why don't I swap out the jars for the soil? That seems like a fair play. When we wake up, we're going to see if we have product being manufactured. Albert's just chilling right there. I love it. Okay. Wake up. 10:48. Mix in his store. What's up, man? Let's sell some jars. 300 bucks. 130. How about 330? Uh-oh. Oh! Eight. Drop it. Okay. Jeez. What the heck happened there? Did he lose his temper? What happens if we go back? I think he's good now. Mick doesn't want to do business with you right now. Okay, that's interesting. Lighting. Lighting. We definitely wanted to do some lighting. Alright, jars are going in here for the time being. How goes it on the inside? Okay, they're planting seeds. Slow going process for sure, but it's getting there. Excuse me, sir, where are you going? Oh, he's planting on the other side of the wall. Interesting strategy. Alright, next up is lighting. I think we can get lights over at Bluebell Goods, or Blue Balls Goods, or something like that. Let's check with Mick again, see if he cooled off. No, he did. He definitely hasn't. I can't believe you could do that. How goes the money laundering? Ah, we have more to do. Just keep it rolling, baby. Keep it rolling. Right here. Blue Balls Boutique. Yes, sir. Hello. Wondering. There you go. Modern wall lights. Let's get like 6 of them. The money going. Okay, I like how lit that room is. I think this one needs some help, so I'm gonna put one like right here. Right there. That looks good. We'll do one on either side of this room. Line it up with the middle. Heck yeah. That's way better. That is way better. Alright. We got some crops growing here. The botanists are doing their job. They're doing really good stuff. As I feared, this room is going to become a disaster. So I'm thinking I might... Well, I'll have to play Garbage Crew. That's what I'm going to have to do. Let it grow, though. Tough. These pots, I might need to switch up with the pots that don't lose water for the sake of growing faster, because now they got to come back in and re-water them. Not a huge deal. Now that they have them all going, they're already chilling out here anyway. So yeah, they can water them. This room's just going to be an absolute disaster with jars and fertilizers and all that crap. But you really need a bunch of guys to get this going, because you're going to need... This guy is going to be responsible, you can see, for moving the product for the growers back and forth from here. So I just restock it here. He takes care of them. At the same time, though, maybe I want him to be responsible for the other station, because the it's going to get quite busy, I think, when he has to move around the side ingredients. So let's change this up, and he's going to be responsible. I don't know. I wish you could share the responsibility. Who's ever got time, they can both hit it, kind of a thing. Okay, so that's working. No, I had this right. You don't get this station. He's going to be busy with that. This guy is going to be busy packaging. Cool. So now the chemist should come in, right? Who's taking care of this? Did I not set up a destination? Mr. Chemist, hello? Oh, interesting. Okay. So maybe this needs to go to a shelf. Does he? Hold on, I am so confused. He's gonna put more in. Please run that. It looks right so far. Okay. Okay. Wonder if it was just bugged out for the first one. Excuse me, sir. Yes. Is that because I'm discovering it or something like that? It's a new strand. Go. Okay, excellent. Now he's gonna get this one fired up here. This is looking good. He's got a full-time gig here, getting these things running. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm just hoping the order of operations was correct there. Okay, let's go to products and we'll just take a look. So, what's that called? It was Island something. Yep. You can see Puke Pink is when you turn green crack with a Mega Bean. Awesome. Then it turns into Puke Pink with Horse Semen turns into Purple Gold. And then Purple Gold with Viagra turns into Island Diamonds, which is 100. It's just like the meth setup. And I think that's what we have in here. Island Diamond. Very nice. So now when this turns into a brick, I'm curious. He's got this rocking and rolling. This is all good. This is a full operation. It's doing its thing. We don't need to manage it at all. The garbage is just going to be overwhelming, and I don't know how that's going to get dealt with because we need all hands on deck for this next step. I mean, maybe I could put in a garbage can somewhere around here. But if I do, we miss out on some of these guys doing their movements, right? He's got 3, and I believe the other guy's got 2. But they're both working. An optimized setup. Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, it's a tough call, really. I think we don't have enough for it. I think maybe in the future we might. Cool. I love seeing that fully stocked like that, so I can just fill it up over here. And I think on this, yeah, we're going to get rid of these jars, and I'm just going to load it up with seeds. But that's running. That is rocking and rolling. I want to see the first brick come out of it, and then I'm going to be happy. How many magic beans? Holy smokes, we're using a lot of product here. I need 20 of those. I need about 40. Oh, that's nice. When it's an automated mixer, there's no garbage. Did not know that. We need about 60 of those. We need about 60 of these. I wonder if the ratios change. We're not using too much Viagra here. Either way, let's go grab some beans for the guys and get them hooked up with everything they need to be successful. Oh my gosh, I almost fired a shot. That would have been disastrous. Hello there. I need 60 beans and 60 horse. Definitely one of those projects where things are going to run out of inventory pretty quick over here, but the product is going to be so sellable. And this is good because this will keep fueling the local addiction that we have going on. Oh, we got our first bricks. Look at that. Island diamond. A brick of island diamond. How much does that go for? I don't know. That's super huge. So this is a full process, guys. What do you think? In the next episode, I'm going to go through and we're going to take a look at the barn and make sure that that's running okay. But for now, I think we've got something really special here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and we will see you in the next one. Peace!